Hey, what's up? I'm glad you made it here. This is Roder MMA Bet, and this is arguably the most comprehensive and profitable betting channel advice for MMA fights in YouTube. I have been betting MMA and the UFC for 8+ years with consistent results, and that's what you're gonna be getting here. This is a quick intro, and you're gonna be seeing soon the results tracking I'm referring to, the fights breakdown, and how I'm betting the card. Feel free to leverage my strategy, but take it with a grain of salt, as this is your money on the line. If you like this idea, you like what I'm doing here, subscribe to this channel and share with your friends. Enjoy the analysis, let me know your thoughts on the comments sections down below, and good luck with your bets. In this video I'll be covering UFC Fight Night 182 or UFC Vegas 13. If you're familiar to my channel, you know how to use this betting strategy here. You know what this color code means, what I mean by those numbers, so if you do and you trust my analysis from previous events, good luck with your bets. If you're still with me, this is what I mean by the most transparent and consistent betting strategy. I'm keeping track of my results from July 2020, so everything I have broken down here into some stats and some KPIs, if you will, that you can see by my confidence level, which means the recommendation level in terms of high, medium, and low confidence. And overall, I have some charts here that you guys can also see more visually what has been the profit or losses in each month in terms of the profit in terms of high, medium, and low confidence bets. Okay, I have a more detailed video in this of this spreadsheet. I'll add it in the comments and in the description, so you guys can take a look. It's gonna be easier to understand. You're gonna see once. After that, it's gonna be much easier, and you can just leverage my strategy. Okay. So I'm going to be covering some of the fights here. I'm not going to call it only prelims because there are some fights that are actually taking place in the main event. And by the way, I have already another video in the main card. Okay, so let me kick it off with Max Griffin versus Ramiz Brahimaj. Guys, in this fight, to me it's quite tough to call, and the reason is the LFA video is not available for me to watch how Brahimaj is doing on his his latest fights. What I've seen from Brahimaj in XKO videos is that the guy looks like he looks very good in terms of wrestling, but especially on the grappling department. I saw on his profile that he's a no-gi champion, so I saw that in the video. He goes for very trick submissions, very quick on the moves, go for the right moves at the right time. So the guy looks like he's solid on the ground, plus very dangerous the submission. Now Max Griffin, big guy, big welterweight, quite long. He can do a little bit of everything. He has quite decent hands, good jab. He can extend it a little bit. Also not bad right hand behind, has got some accuracy with it. He can mix it up. He has not bad takedowns. He times it well. He can hold guys on the clinch, He's also quite a big guy, like I told you, so it's not easy to hold him down. He has good underhooks. He knows a little bit what he's doing. So he's an overall complete fighter, I can say. Now the thing that the main thing of this fight is if Brahimaj can take him down and repeatedly or can control him, Brahimaj is the favorite, definitely. Now since I haven't seen much from Brahimaj, it's tough for me to call, but I'll be picking Brahimaj by submission. Max Griffin, he's a good fighter, like I said, but I don't see anything outstanding, To me, he struggles to win some fights, he loses some fights that he shouldn't. So I don't know, I'm not too much sold into Max Griffin, so that's why I'm picking Brahimaj. Also Brahimaj, young guy, hungry, great camp. So I think he has more potential to win this fight as well, so that's why I'm picking him. Now in terms of bets, I would be careful with this fight because I'm talking about myself, of course, because I haven't seen much footage. But to me it feels like Brahimaj by submission would be a good bet if you can get it on a good line, like plus 400. Or even Griffin by decision, because if Max Griffin gonna win this, most certainly gonna be by decision. I don't think he can TKO Brahimaj, and he definitely won't be able to submit him. Now Brahimaj, he may win a decision as well, you never know. I think all of his fights he won by submission, but still, I think Max Griffin is tough enough to hold his ground, survive, get back up, make it close maybe, but still Brahimaj can win just based on, amount of takedowns, of passes on the ground. So that's why I see those lines having some values, okay? So I think you got my point here. Now, if you know more about Brahimaj and you know about bets, please leave it in the comments below how you see this fight, okay? So this fight I covered before, this as well. Now Xiaonan versus Claudia Gadelha. So guys, this is a very interesting fight. It's quite tough to call. I will sum up a little bit of this amount of information that I put. If you want to read it, I always put some of this type of comments, so you can pause the video, take a look at it. I think it's worth your time. But the thing is that I would say Xiaonan is the most likely winner here, and the reason is Claudia Gadelha. She's as strong as she is for the division, as good as she is overall. She has like very good boxing. She keeps her hands up in the beginning at least, and she tries to throw it down with the hand. She has good power. Those takedowns are also excellent. You know, she's very strong on when she gets to the leg. It's most certainly a takedown because she's that strong. You know, even though the technique is not bad either. You know, she's getting to the high levels of wrestling, but she's still not there. But still, she has so much strength. Her grappling from top is also not bad. But I think the thing is that Claudia Gadelha, she doesn't like much getting hit, you know, and I think she's gonna get hit against Xiaonan. Gadelha, if you guys seen the previous footage, she holds her ground and she throws ladder, you know, and she gets caught because she doesn't move much. So I think Xiaonan gonna be able to slip some of those shots. She's gonna, she has quicker hands than Gadelha does. So I think she'll be able to let it fly, land some straight punches or even some head kick and wobble Gadelha, and from there Gadelha, she kind of loses her composure on the fight, which can cost her in my opinion here. Xiaonan, she also has got great hips, great takedown defense, very strong for the division herself. Of course, it's in terms of strength goes to Gadelha, but Xiaonan is strong enough to hold her ground, to counter some judo takedowns. She can, land some heavy ground and pound from top. So I think the way I see it is Xiaonan being able to land early, maybe, and then pick it up. Now, if Gadelha wins the first round, actually, then I think the line becomes even more interesting because, like I said, I think Xiaonan, she's gonna be able at some point to land and take this fight. Okay, so I think that's it. I think Xiaonan, a live bet would be really amazing. I see her by TKO because Gadelha, like I said, she's got hit before. She doesn't have the best chin in the world. The most likely scenario is Xiaonan by decision, and Gadelha by decision is also not a bad bet. Like I said, the girl is tough. She's gonna throw down. She's gonna shoot, and she definitely has chances to win this fight. Okay, so that's my take on it. I'm actually betting Xiaonan, as you guys saw on the spreadsheet, but it's like a small amount. Okay, Alexander Romanov versus Rogerio de Lima. Not a difficult fight to predict this one, what's gonna happen. Maybe the outcome is not that easy, but the thing is that Romanov, he's the younger guy, more explosive, has got more power, he's got the wrestling. But the thing is that he bull rushes, all his fights he does the same, he goes hard with that body kick, explodes on the guy, shoots and goes for the nightmare ground and pound. Rogerio de Lima, don't take it wrong, he's gonna stand his ground, he's gonna bang, that's what he likes to do, that's what he's gonna do here, and he has a chance to TKO, he stands his ground, like I said, he's gonna throw uppercuts, overhands, he's gonna try to put tight clinches to knee up the middle, he can take the guys down, he can go for submissions from top. They're quite similar in styles, but I see Romanov a little bit more polished, both on the technique, but definitely more explosive, and maybe a little bit more powerful. Now, the most likely scenario is Romanov by TKO, and I would bet him if I can get him at like plus 300, plus 350, which I think it's gonna be difficult, but maybe De Lima. De Lima by TKO is not a bad bet, guys. He's tough, he's gonna swing, and with that kind of power in their heavyweight division, it's tough to count a guy totally out, and I think the TKO part, I think, is going to be tough to get De Lima, but maybe submission De Lima, he can hurt Romanov, he can take the top position, go for arm triangle stroke, he's very good into that one, so if he has a chance on submission, as plus 800 maybe worth it. If not, then I would stay out of this fight, to be honest. I don't think there's much value on Romanov with minus 300, but if you're more experienced, better, and you think there's value, go for it, I don't blame you. To me, he's a quite strong favorite. Actually, I remember the first time these guys were to fight, it was like a pick'em fight, and I bet like 4% of my betting money on Romanov, then the fight got cancelled. You guys can search for the video. I don't remember which was it, but it's in the channel. So, yeah, the way it is, the line now, just tip on Romanov, and he bull rushes too much. I don't trust him. In deep waters, let's put it. I don't trust Marcos Rogerio de Lima either, but still, I don't think I would put my money at these lines. Okay. Now I think the rest we have covered before. Guys, there is still one more fight to cover. I'll be doing that right after the waiting, so stay tuned for the other video. And if you like this idea, if you like this channel, please subscribe, share with your friends. So let me wrap this up just to show you guys everything I'm doing in terms of bet. So the fights that we covered here was Max Griffin versus Ramiz Brahimaj. I'm not betting this fight because I haven't seen much footage on Brahimaj. It's not available to me. But I think there's value on maybe on submission for Brahimaj or go for decision for Max Griffin. Okay, plus 400 is a good one. Xiaonan versus Claudia Gadelha. I'm picking and betting Xiaonan. 1% of my money. I'm just parlaying her, so it's like not confidence bet. Let's see how these lines go. If Xiaonan climbs a little bit, maybe worth it, but definitely a decision bet on Xiaonan or Gadelha, maybe worth it. And like I put it, maybe Xiaonan by TKO plus 600. There is some value to it. Romanov versus Marcos Rogerio de Lima. I would say Romanov by TKO at this line if you guys can get. If not, go for submission or TKO on de Lima. But I wouldn't bet this fight if I were you. Darren Elkins versus Wizard Dog Garagoi. First video, there is a link in the description as well. Take a look. I'm betting Garagoi. I think this is the best bet on the card in my opinion. And the money is coming on Garagoi, so I think you should take it. Now I'm throwing 2.5% of my money. Turner Bowser versus Andrei Arlovsky. No bet in my opinion. The pick is Bowser. Search for a decision prop bets. Most likely this is a decision fight, guys. Thiago Santos versus Glover Teixeira. The bet is on Teixeira. I'm watching the line to see how this moves. I would like Teixeira minimum at plus 200. I think it's still not there. Let me take a quick look here. But I'm gonna be waiting. I would like to climb it up to plus 250, so I'm gonna be holding off my bet, maybe even throwing 1.5% on Glover Teixeira. So it looks like now it's getting to plus 200 in some betting houses. Brendan Allen versus Jan Heinisch. I'm throwing 1% in a parlay in Brendan Allen. And Bevan Lewis versus Trevin Giles. I'm throwing 2% of my money on Bevan Lewis. Okay, so check out the other video. Like I said, subscribe and like the video if you like this idea, and see you on the final video right after the weightings. Until there, this is Roger, my bet.